Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to a news edition of the Garden Report. Been a minute since we've had one of these, but with 3 off days, the news of the week, 10 days from the trade deadline, is Payton Pritchard appearing on the Point Forward podcast with his former coach, Evan Turner, who he worked with quite a bit in that 2020-21 season, Pritchard's second in the league, and Andre Iguodala, the co-host on that show. Pritchard articulating what essentially could be the beginning of the end of his tenure with the Celtics, telling them that he is requested to the Celtics to Brad Stevens a larger role. He said, after I'm done here, after this year, an ominous statement, I'd say, I'd like to be part of a bigger role a little bit. I definitely do. It's obviously what I've worked for. I think that's what Brad and them know too. We've had the discussion, but a bigger role. I want to be part of a winning culture, but I also want to help that, be a big piece of that. I'm not saying if it's the best player on the team, but I don't know what my future holds unless I can take that next step. He goes on to talk about the importance of him feeling once his career is over that he gave it his all. And this reflects comments he made after the NBA Finals about hoping to play more consistently this season. The opposite happened. The Celtics went out, traded for Malcolm Brogdon, and essentially made Pritchard DMP when this roster is fully healthy. Now, we've seen Pritchard's preparedness, importance when Brogdon goes down, Marcus Smart most recently, Jaylen Brown earlier this season with the adductor injury. You've seen Pritchard have great performances when those players miss time, and even sneak in with all the other guards healthy in that Brooklyn matchup earlier this month. Though the playoffs come along, not only is Pritchard probably not part of the rotation, but he didn't prove to be all that effective in the postseason last year when they went to him, struggling, particularly in the NBA Finals when they were looking for some shooting. I love what he's given them this year, particularly that 5-game stretch in November where the Celtics won 5 straight. He shot 53%, averaged almost 9 points a game. His readiness for spot appearances has been incredible this season, and his availability as an emergency guard, admirable. Now, other things at play here. Multiple reports, Steve Bopet, Brian Robb, that the Warriors, among others, have shown interest in Pritchard. I'd say that's probably more hoping to steal him from the Celtics for a low price rather than wanting to give up anything significant for him. And that's the bigger question. Can the Celtics get something significant for Pritchard? Because there is no incentive to move him otherwise. Signed for $4 million next year. After that, Celtics own restricted free agent rights on him. The only dilemma they're going to have is if they want to do right by him, per se. Want to send him somewhere else, give him the playing time, given the production that he's given them this year. I think that's more of an off-season question when they can more fully realign their roster and prepare themselves for life without Pritchard. J.D. Davison, just not ready for the NBA yet, hasn't played significant minutes yet with Boston. Even in that Miami game where they were super undermanned, he was with the team, couldn't even get a minute in that game. So I don't picture Pritchard moving before the deadline, though I did discuss that future with him. And I think it's telling that not only did Jason Tatum discuss how important Pritchard is to the team, being able to step in when others get hurt. Al Horford, whose locker is 2 to the right of Pritchard or just to the right. And of course, Pritchard's mentor friend, Blake Griffin, right to his left. Griffin, when I was interviewing Pritchard, I started laughing because Pritchard had joked to me that we got an audience. And I said, well, I'm actually going to talk about the guy just to your left. And Blake started laughing, got upset. I can't be here for this. But we talked about the friendship Blake, Pritchard have had. Blake able to help Pritchard through the frustrations. And you can clearly tell in our interview, Pritchard saying, always stay engaged and ready. Something he talks about all the time. Sometimes you're not out of the lineup and you feel like you could be other places playing or whatever. As a competitor, you'll want to always play, but having somebody always in your ear, keep working, keep grinding every day, and your time will come helps a lot. Marcus Smart has said something to that effect too. Like, we know you're not in the position you want to be, that you're not getting what you deserve, and it's because we're stacked. But 29 other teams are watching you and seeing how you handle this, and I think it's clear that he's benefited from the way he's handled this. Now, is he going to reap the rewards of landing somewhere else and getting a great opportunity in a place like San Antonio or Detroit or one of these teams that he could land on and play every night on? It's tough to imagine right now, but it's possible, and everyone's going to be watching closely. I asked him how he's anticipating the deadline, and he did say that he's leaving it to his agent. Whatever happens, happens, and he believes he'll be good regardless, whether it's in Boston or whether it's somewhere else. And you can just sense that Pritchard wants to leverage this moment for himself, whether it's gaining a rotation spot with the Celtics or getting traded either this deadline or this offseason. And you have to think that Pritchard, at least before the beginning of next season, is probably going to be on another team if he continues to be unhappy with the playing time, with the role in Boston. So let me know what you think below. Read my article, my interview with Pritchard on clnsmedia.com. And of course, you can find his comments about the bigger role on the Point Forward podcast with Evan Turner and Andre Iguodala. Of course, here on CLNS Media, we're brought to you by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/Garden21. Use the code Garden21 for 21 free meals, free shipping. Great array of meals available over there, shipped right to your door, fresh and ready to be prepared with instructions and pre-portioned ingredients. That's HelloFresh.com/Garden21. Athletic Greens, athleticgreens.com/garden, and you'll get a 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs full of vitamins, minerals, adaptogens, probiotics that you just pour in your water and you're good to go. That's athleticgreens.com/garden. Plus, Rocket Money. RocketMoney.com/garden brings you to their app where you could save hundreds by downloading, seeing what's going in and out of your account each month, and canceling unused subscriptions right from the app. That's RocketMoney.com/garden to cancel your unnecessary subscriptions right now. Once again, breaking news, Garden report, Payton Pritchard making it known he's asked the Celtics for a bigger role. We'll see you on Wednesday, and first practice coverage tomorrow at the Auerbach Center. We'll be there first thing in the morning, so check out Celtics All Access for that. Check out CLNS Media for Celtics Nets postgame on Wednesday and all the interviews from practice.